Okay guys, this particular program is going to teach you another tool called PictureBox. PictureBox allows you to insert an image into your C# program. So we're going to start a new project here, File, New Project. I'm going to name my program appropriately. This is going to flip a playing card, so I'm going to call it Program Flip Card. Of course, browse for your location to save. For you guys, that will be your flash drive. I'll click OK to create the project. We're going to do something we haven't done before, and that is kind of hides behind these windows. The quick way to fix that is to slide it over until this handle is visible, and then just give it a click so that the form now fits cleanly in here. Your final product look a lot better because when you center things on this form, they'll be centered on the window that shows up when you run your program. So we would like to use a PictureBox tool. So if you look in your left side here, you have a tool called PictureBox. I'm going to click a PictureBox open, and I'm just going to drag it to make it a little bit bigger, but we'll resize it once we get our picture in there. I do want to name this PictureBox. So when we go to the Properties menu here, search out its name. But my first PictureBox is going to be a picture of the back of a card. So I'm going to card back PictureBox. And once I do that, I'm going to go find Image. You can see it right here in the Properties menu. Click on the dots, and that loads up a window that allows me to import an image. So I'll click on Import. I already have my image ready to go on my desktop. Here's my card back picture, and I'll click OK. And you can see that the whole image is not shown, so you kind of have to resize it so the image is the way you want it. And once it looks the way you want, I'm just going to slide it over so it's out of my way. And then I have to insert another PictureBox for the face or front of my card. I'm going to show you a second way to get the image in there other than clicking on the image in the Properties menu. Another way to import the image is to click on this little arrow up here and then click on Choose Image. You can see the same window comes up here. Again, I'm going to import the image. I already have it ready to go. I want it to be the front of the card this time, which happens to be an ace of spades. And I'm going to resize this thing so it looks nice. And now I have the front and back of my card here. Of course, I have to rename this and call this card face, or whatever name that you deem appropriate. I'm going to call it Card Face Box. Now it's got a very descriptive name. And I'm going to scroll in this menu for something called Visible. So as you scroll through here, you'll notice one of the properties here is Visible. And notice it's set to True. I initially, when this program runs, want my card face not to be visible. So I'm going to set that at false. What that means is when I run the program, this back of the card will be visible because I didn't change that. This part, this image or picture box, will be invisible because I set visible to false, which is the way I want it. Now I want to insert some code, so when I click on the back of this card, it gives the appearance of me showing the face of this card. So I want my code visible for the back of the card. And I don't know if you noticed, but this cursor is in the wrong spot, so I must have hit in my properties, or I mean on my touchpad, I must have just bumped it or hovered my hand over it. But it needs to be between these brackets, underneath the card picture back box, underscore click, because remember that's making the object clickable, and that's something we should mention too. Picture boxes can be clickable just like buttons. So when you double click them, it's the same process that we used when we created buttons. So you could basically make your buttons images if you want. That being said, the way I want my card to become visible is I'm going to choose Card Face, Picture Box, and the syntax here is to say visible. That's the property that we just changed. And we would like it to set it equal to true, and the picture box card back is clicked. Like every C# command, we want to put a semicolon at the end. And now, once that's there, I'm going to save all before I accidentally click and drag things that I shouldn't. Go to my design menu. And now it's a real simple program. What should happen is I'm going to click the back of this card, and the face of the card should appear. So I'm going to go ahead and start and compile this. Which is taking a little bit of time, as sometimes it does. And my program. Notice the back of my card is visible. I'm going to give it a click, and it flips the card over. It's your program card flip. This is the one for you to practice inserting images and making them clickable to do something else. And that should help you with your next project that will be due on Monday. Okay, hope this was helpful. We'll talk in class.